Hi, thank you for joining us on our Tech Talk today. My name is Kerrigan Ollis, and I am Quality Assurance here at Klingspor.
And my name is Jessica Walker. I'm also Product Specialist Quality Assurance here at Klingspor.
Are there anything that kind of goes together with the belts?
Yeah, so belts are going to be kind of in a different category than the disc with a lot of the issues, because you think about belts, we're not going to apply PSA or Klingon to belts.
Right.
Those are just going to be the raw material. We do connect the edges, so you have a joint you have to worry about, making sure we don't have any joint issues, especially with belt size issues that we might run into, things like that. So it's definitely a whole nother ball game than the discs. But we actually have a really cool video that's going to explain some of those belt issues and go through each of those and how to kind of go about fixing those issues. So let's go ahead and watch that.
Today we're going to be talking about troubleshooting for belt issues. We're going to be using our edge sander and also a wide belt sander to see some of our most common issues, some of the scenarios that we might see out in the field, and how to fix those issues. So let's get started. Let's talk about belt tracking. What is belt tracking and what causes tracking issues? Belt tracking is the capability of maintaining the path of the belt once it is placed on the machine. So, when a belt is not staying on track, that is considered a tracking issue. A few different things that can cause this. First, improper tension or misaligned rollers can cause a tracking issue. Making sure that you have the proper tension and that your rollers do not need to be moved or adjusted. Next, uneven belt length. This is very important because if the belt is measuring longer on one side than the other, that can cause a tracking issue as well. What you want to do is cut the belt and measure the length on each side. If the belt is not measuring the same length on both sides, this is likely what is causing the belt not to track. Sometimes you can put the belt on backwards and it will track, but this is not always guaranteed. But it does often work. Next, let's talk about loading. If you don't know what loading is, let me explain. Anytime you're sanding a soft or gummy material, it'll tend to pack on or around the abrasive grains, filling in the spaces between them. This will dramatically reduce the life of the abrasive. So, what can we do to combat this? Use an abrasive with either an open or semi-open coat grain coverage. This will prevent the material you are sanding from packing in or on or around the grains. This will in turn help lengthen the life of the abrasive. We also offer something that can clean off the loading while using the belt. This is called our cleaning stick. You simply turn on the machine, press the cleaning stick on the belt, moving it up and down as the belt runs. This is going to help clean off any additional loading that may occur. Lastly, let's take a look at a wide belt machine. Something you might notice while using a wide belt machine is chatter marks. Chatter marks can be caused by several things. The first is improper belt joint for the application. Another is worn bearings in the contact roll. Also, if the wide belt machine is not mounted properly, this can cause the belt to leave chatter marks on the workpiece. I know we spoke about tracking earlier, but I want to specifically talk about tracking issues while using a wide belt machine. Wide belt machines have a little sensor on the inside where the belt or belts run. It senses where the belt is on the machine. If the sensor gets dirty and is covered, it will not sense the belt, and in turn, the belt will not track as it should. So always be sure you are taking the time to clean or see if your sensor needs to be cleaned off. Just like dust can gather on the sensor, it gathers all inside of the machine. This could be caused by inadequate dust extraction. So if your machine is filled with dust, you may need to check your dust extraction system. Those are some of the more common belt issues that you'll see.
So what a great informative video that was, just giving you visuals of every issue that we could run into, giving all of the information about those. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely always great to see firsthand kind of what you're talking about, because it gives you a different perspective and what you can expect.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that's all we had for today. We thank you so much for joining us. If you will, please remember you can always email us at techtalk@klingspor.com. If you have any questions at all, we'd be more than happy to help.